So in the most recent update, we got a ton of new balance changes with the addition of two brand new fighting styles, those being Dullahan and Vampire. So I think now would be the best time to rank them all from worst to best to see which is actually the best fighting style. This tier list is going to be a mix of both PvP and PvE and will be my own personal opinion. With all that being said, let's start with number 10. Also, please don't forget to like and sub, helps the channel out a lot, and also join the Discord. We do giveaways and you can help in my videos. Okay, bye.
Disappointment in the game of life.
One sword style is the absolute worst fighting style and it's not even close. You have 0 combo extenders, bad damage, no guard breaks besides the ult, and on top of that, the ult did 83 damage with over 600 points into sword. This thing can't even boss farm. What are you gonna do, barrage the boss? That's not gonna work, idiot! In all seriousness, one sword style ranks last and there's little to no reason to use it. If you want to feel like Zoro, just use 2 sword style. It's a lot better, and don't even waste your time on this piece of garbage.
Peter, check it out, my new electric wheelchair.
Electro's kind of a weird one. I don't think it's bad anymore, but it's definitely far from good. In terms of PvE, it really can't do it very well, as none of its moves provide decent damage, and its AoE is pretty limited as well. But for PvP, Luna and Rain are pretty decent options, as Rain guard breaks and has a decent hitbox, and Luna is able to combo start and is pretty fast. However, the ult being pretty forgettable, dash being pretty useless, and Fist providing a pretty subpar buff really drags down this fighting style. Hopefully Sulong can make this fighting style worth it, because as of now, it's really lackluster.
It's good to see you, buddy.
Now we're starting to get some actual good fighting styles. In the 8th spot, we have 2 sword style. 2 sword style honestly has some pretty decent moves and isn't bad at all. 1 extender for PvP, a decent counter, a decent ultimate, a decent guard break, and an okay poke move. The damage is pretty mid, the combos are okay, the fighting style itself is okay honestly. However, sacrificing your ability to use an actual sword really hurts and makes this fighting style a toss-up. It's honestly just okay. Moving on.
Break a leg, break 2 legs. My leg! Shut up, Fred!
It really hurts to put Blackleg this low, but in this current meta, it honestly just isn't as good as it used to be. Now that Geppo is universal, there really isn't a reason to choose this over something else. B-Shot is pretty bad, Quiddler's okay honestly, Kunkasur is useless unless you use it in some like weird godlike tech, Party Table is good for PvE but kinda sucks for PvP, and Anti-Manner is just okay. However, Diablo Jambe is honestly really good right now. All of its moves do really good damage, and it has some really good combo potential as well. If Diablo Jambe didn't have a cost or drawback, it would honestly be one of the best fighting styles. I think Blackleg will need some substantial buff to make it a meta pick again, however, it's still very solid.
Cause I know that I'm a gay fish, yo.
Fishman is our first really good PvE fighting style. Shark Barrage does crazy damage, Water Bubble sets up for almost any move in the game and does solid damage as well, and it has 2 pretty good guard breaks, those being 5000 Brick Fist and the Water Serpent. The ultimate itself is pretty okay, having a huge hitbox but doing pretty mediocre damage, and Fishman overall is pretty solid for PvP. It has some crazy combos with the right builds, and for PvE, it's really good due to its high damage. Fishman is honestly very good overall. Rokushiki has seen the most competitive viability out of any fighting style ever since GPO released. While not being very good on its own, it has some amazing utility. Soru is the best alternative dash currently, Tekai being able to negate any damage is extremely useful, and Rekaki was a decent poke move. Shigon guard breaking makes it one of the most unfair moves in the game, and Rokugan is a very good ult as it combo starts and ragdolls for a super long time. However, Rokushiki might be one of the worst fighting styles in terms of PvE. Having 3 damaging moves and all of them dealing very low damage really hurts. And on top of all of that, all of the moves besides Renkaku have 0 AoE, meaning they will only hit 1 target. Renkaku itself has a very small AoE. Rokushiki might be spectacular for PvP, but due to its PvE limitations, it gets number 5.
Big meaty claws.
Kicking off the number 4 spot, we have Dragonclaw. Dragonclaw has been very good ever since its release last year, and I'm surprised I don't see too many people using it. Though it has no combo extenders, you can do some pretty crazy combos with the moves, and you have very good mix-ups as well. On top of that, all the moves guard break, and they all do very good damage. Combine that with the generous hitboxes they all have, and it's a very good fighting style. It does lack a bit in PvE due to not having the best AoE or the best damage. However, Dragon Claw is still super good, and I hope I see more people start using it.
I don't say blah blah blah.
Barely making it to the top 3 spot, we have Vampire. Vampire is an amazing fighting style for PvP and pretty decent for PvE as well. Having 2 combo extenders automatically makes it a monster for PvP, and that's not even taking into account that one of them is a grab that guard breaks. The dash is also super good due to it having a low cooldown and being a pretty free move. The Blood Dragon ultimate is also very good due to it having a big hitbox and dealing pretty good damage. However, Blood Aura is pretty useless and the overall damage of the fighting style is a little underwhelming. But this does not stop it from being one of the best fighting styles in GPO, definitely deserving of the number 3 spot. The other new fighting style that came in the Halloween update was Dullahan. Dullahan, in all honesty, is a very good fighting style for both PvP and PvE. Will-O-Wisp is basically a Firefly's reskin that does great damage and has a low cooldown. The grab applies a damage multiplier for a bit, has an absolutely busted range, and combo extends. Head throw is very fast and does decent damage, and the skeletons are amazing for boss farming due to them being able to loop each other's M1 combo and making it all true. The ult itself, though being a little underwhelming, does decent damage and has a huge hitbox. I think currently Dullahan is the best fighting style for PvP because of its crazy damage and the grab being absolutely broken, but there is one other fighting style I think is just a bit better overall.
He was number 1!
The number 1 spot goes to Cyborg. I honestly think that Cyborg is the perfect fighting style in GPO due to its very good PvP abilities and its amazing PvE abilities. Seriously, this fighting style is probably the best for PvE. Machine Gun Blows does really good damage and combo extends. Laser Pulsar is a great guard break that does good damage as well. The flight is a bit slow, however it's the only fighting style that has a flight. Self-repair does decent healing and you can use it mid-air. Missile Shower can do upwards of 2,000 damage, which is on par with the Pika ultimate, making it one of the best moves for grinding. And the ult might be the best fighting style ult, as the aerial variant has incredible range, goes through any iframe and combo starts. Cyborg, in my opinion, can do it all. Whether it comes down to PvP or PvE, it is the most versatile fighting style there is. And that's the list. If you have any disagreements, let me know in the comments below. And just remember, this is my own personal opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own, and I would love to hear some arguments on why some fighting styles should have different places. I think that every fighting style has their place in the game, and any of them can be used for different reasons. That's pretty much all I got for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one.